Okay, so it says in the pasuk, "Ki karoiv eilecha hadavar me'od beficha v'lvavcha la'asoita," which means that the Torah is very close to us. Now, the Torah is all truth, which means that if the Torah is very close to us, then how come it doesn't seem that way? We need to understand that. So the Tanya in the first parak already says that we have two souls. We have the animal soul, which is our first soul. And just to linger on that for a second, why is the animal soul our first soul? Why not the godly soul? That's our true soul. We think that would be our first soul. But the reason is because the animal soul is what comes to us first in our lives, more prominent by us. We're more connected to it. It also comes first. It's also more prominent in our lives. If we don't work properly in ourselves, right? So we have the animal soul. That's our first soul, and then we have the second soul, which is our godly soul. So, how connected are we to our godly soul? That's what the problem is. You see, the problem is that we're not close to ourselves. We're close to part of ourselves, close to our animal souls. But what about our godly souls? We're not close to that. Though, by learning how to get close to our godly souls, then we get close to ourselves, then we'll be able to see how the Torah is close to us. So first, what Tanya does is he teaches us about the animal soul. We need to learn to distinguish between the animal soul and the godly soul, and then we can really know what's godly soul and really connect to it and how to connect to it. We'll learn about it more later on. So first, we're going to focus on the animal soul. So the animal soul has a lot of bad attributes that the Tanya bases on the four elements. We have fire, which is in nature, it goes upwards, which is where our anger and our pride comes from. And we have water, which brings fruits to the world from trees and different pleasures that we have, which is the source for our desires in this world. And we have air, which is about just talking nonsense. You could talk about, you could be joking around, no mitzvahs involved, just like doing random stuff, talking nonsense, talking laughter, talking, I don't know what, joking, fooling around about stuff. All those comes from the element of air. And we have the element of dirt, which is where our laziness comes from and our sadness comes from. Now, our animal soul comes from what's called klipas noga, which is a combination of both good and bad. So now we just said everything that's bad in the animal soul, but there's also good. There's compassion and there's kindness. So I learned in Torah Nefesh, it's called. It's a Torah psychology class, you can say. They asked a question on this Tanya. Why is the good attributes that we have of kindness and compassion being called klipa? Klipa is known to be a negative term. Klipa means peel. It covers up Hashem. It conceals Hashem. It's something that's negative. Why are we calling compassion and kindness something negative? Klipa. So the answer is because there are people that say, I don't need Hashem. I don't need Torah. I'm a good person. What's important is to be good. I'm not saying Hashem doesn't want us to be good. But Klipas Noiga, the good in Klipas Noiga is goodness without Hashem in the picture. So you see the goodness and you say, I got goodness. And then you say, I don't need Hashem. Or Hashem will come later. So in other words, this goodness that we have, because Hashem is not in the picture with this goodness, you're kind because you want to be kind, not because of Hashem. You don't want to align with Hashem. You don't want to do the mitzvah of Hashem. You don't want to be an extension from Hashem. Not that you don't want to, but that's not your focus at the time. At the moment, you just feel naturally, I want to be kind. This person needs help. I'm going to help him. Right? No Hashem in the picture. So that's how the kindness and the compassion can actually cover up on Hashem. Now afterwards, the Tanya teaches us about the nature of the animal soul. He calls of nafshos umois oivde gilulim, the souls of the goyim who worship avodah zarah. So this is not talking about all goyim. It's talking about evil goyim that he refers to as goyim that worship avodah zarah. Now they have a soul that's pure evil, their animal soul, and even though you'll find kindness amongst them, but everything that they do only to show off. That's what they do. So the question remains: Why is the Tanya teaching us about the animal soul of evil goyim? Well, how is that connected to what we're trying to learn over here? We want to understand how the Torah is close to us. Understood. So we have two souls. Understood. We need to understand about the two souls. Understood. All of a sudden, about the soul of the evil goyim, that's off topic. How does that fit in over here? So the answer is that we can also connect to these evil klippas, these evil forces, or whatever you may call them, and we need to know if what we're being drawn to is being connected to these evil spirits or not. So if I feel that I want to do something and I want to do it to show off because I want to gain respect, I want to gain honor, or something along those lines, that is something that's associated with the nefashos of the evil goyim, and you need to stay away from that type of good. If it's good because you're kind, you want to be kind, just Hashem's not in the picture, so bring Hashem into the picture. Don't stay away from that goodness, just elevate it, make it good. But if it's kindness that you want to do because you want to show off, because you want to respect or something along those lines, that's something you need to stay away from. So we learned about the animal soul. First of all, it's primarily evil. It has mostly evil traits, the pride and the anger and everything we spoke about, the desires, the sadness and all that. We have some good traits, but Hashem is not in the picture. Put Hashem in the picture. And then we have the evil good, which we need to completely stay away from. And now that we know a little bit about what not to do, you can say. Focus more here was what not to do. Next time we'll learn about what to do and about the godly soul and how to connect to the godly soul. I wish everybody all the best. Mashiach should come. Techet umiyad mamish.